So basically, if you look through this list here, these are all like terms. Look through this here, they're not like terms. So I'm going to go through quickly and tell you why these are like terms. Basically, what do these terms 5E and 6E both have in common? Can anyone tell me?
They have an E.
Yeah, they have an E. You can see that I've highlighted. Okay? They both contain an E, so we call that a like term. Okay? X and 13X are both like terms because they both contain an E. BC and CB, now this is an interesting one because it's 2BC and 4CB, but because they both contain a C and because they both contain a B, we call them a like. That's still a like term. It doesn't matter which order the letters are written. Okay? As long as they've got the same letters, then they are like terms. Looking at the next one, G squared, G squared. So they are both like terms. Let's look over now at my non-like terms. Okay? 5x and 5y, even though they both contain the number 5, they're not like terms. And that's because one has an x and one has a y. So they have to have the same pronumeral or the same letter for them to be a like term. This one here, 12xy and 12x aren't like because this one has a y, this one doesn't have a y. Alright? ABC, 15ABC and 4BCD aren't like because that one has an A and that one doesn't. That one has a D and that one doesn't. Okay? And then we have this one, 16G and 45G squared. That one has a G and that one has a G squared, so they're not the same. Okay? G and G squared is different. Now, why do you need to know what's a like term and what's not a like term? Basically, it's because you're going to start doing some work where you're going to learn to simplify like terms. Alright, now the rule is basically you can only add and take like terms if they're the same. If they're not the same, then you can't plus or minus them. Okay? I'm just going to flick over to the next slide and I'll give a bit more of an example of what I mean. Okay, so if I had some examples of being able to simplify like terms, look at this question here. It says 6b plus 14b. The first thing you need to say to yourself is, are they like terms? So look at 6b and look at 4b and you say, are they like? And you go, yep, because they both contain a b. So what is 6 plus 4? It's 10, so the answer to that would be 10b. Look at the next question. I've got 12y plus 3y take 5y. Are they all like terms? Yes, they are, because why? Why are they all like? Ewan?
Because they've got y.
They've all got a y. Why? Okay, so 12 plus 3 is 15. 15 take 5, so my answer would be 10y. So you just simply add the numbers up, or take the numbers away, and you'll get your answer. 7t take 5t. They both are like because they both contain a t. 7 take 5 is 2. Okay? This one here, 5xy plus 8xy. If you add them together, you get 13. They both have like terms. And 4t take 3t gives me an answer of t. Now you notice there, I haven't put a number in. So what have you just learnt then by looking at that? What observation can you make about the number 1 in algebra?
Is that it could be any letter.
Not necessarily, no, not quite.
That means that the t is part of 1.
Yes. When you see no number, see here how it's just got the t, no number? What will you always presume now when you see just a letter on its own? That there are one of them. There's one of them. Okay? Now, going through some now questions that can't be simplified. 5g plus 5c can't be added together. I can't make it 10gc. That's not the answer. I can't add them up together because that one's a G and that one's a C. So they're not the same. Okay? So they're not like terms. This one here is another example of a question that can't be simplified. 3xy plus 4x can't be simplified because that's an xy and that one has an x. So you can't, it's like adding apples and bananas. You can't add them unless they're the same. Okay? That might be the way some of you may have been taught in primary school, using different examples. I've just gone over too far. Okay, so we're going to do a couple of just quick questions and then you're going to have a turn. So the answer to 4g plus 6g is just simply add your 4 and your 6 together and you get 10. Okay, 10g. 11ab take, now this is an interesting one. I don't have a number there, so what number, how many do I know is actually there? Alex?
Would it be 2 because there's 2 letters? Or
No,
1?
it's just 1. Whenever you see just a pronumeral or 2 pronumerals or how many letters there are, there's just always 1 if there's no number there. So it's always 1. So 11 take 1 gives me 10. Okay, so 10AB. This next one, this one here is different because look, the AD and that one's DA. Does that still mean they're like terms? Remember we learnt that before? Yes, they are, because they both contain an A, they both contain a D. So if I've got 6 and I've got 5, I add up and I've got 11 AD, or you can answer 11 DA. It doesn't matter which way you put it. This next one, okay, now this is another interesting one that we haven't covered yet. Look at the question here. It says 4t plus 7t take 5. Now 2 of the terms are like and one's not. Who'd like to tell me which ones are the same or like? Ewan?
4t plus 7t.
Look, that one there's like and that one there's like. like term. Why isn't it a like term? Yep, Declan?
Hasn't got a T.
It hasn't got a t with it. So this is how you answer these types of problems. You go 4t plus 7t gives me 11t, and I've still got my take 5 there, so that just becomes the last part of your answer. When you get something like this, 8x plus 3y, you don't do anything because they're not like terms. The answer is just basically it can't be simplified, or you'd write it as 8x plus 3y is your answer. Okay? Now you're going to have a go at doing a couple of those, alright? I'll quickly put up what work